You can manifest your specific person in a week or even faster through the law of assumption. And it all has to do with living in the wish fulfilled state. And honestly, as soon as I say that, most of us are probably thinking, yeah, but Kyle, how do you get there? And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do it because it isn't something crazy, magnificent, weird, or odd. It isn't some wild feeling that you have to be cultivating every single moment of every single day. It is just a state of being. And I'll give you an example of this because really, if you are wondering, how do I get into this wish fulfilled state and how do I stay there? Basically, how do I manifest my specific person in 7 days if I can't feel as if I already have them? And so I'll ask you this simple question. If you were seeing right now, in your reality, your specific person show up for you in the exact way that you want, would it be hard to believe it? So if your specific person was texting you, calling you, reaching out to you, would you say it would be hard to believe that they wanted to be with you? And obviously, we're going to say no, right? If this was happening, you would instantly fall into the belief. But remember, your mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So when you are imagining the end, in the same way that if you are seeing it outside of you, by imagining it, you are going to see the same exact thing happen. And the reason that we actually end up taking longer to manifest, because truly you can be with your specific person next week. The reason that we take longer to manifest is because we begin to think that there is some sort of separation, that there's a difference between the way that we are imagining or what's happening in our imagination as compared to what's happening outside of us. But if we remember that all of your feelings always take place within your body and within your mind, you're going to see that your imagination is truly the only thing that matters. Whatever you're imagining, whatever you're assuming, whatever you're in a state of being is going to be your reality. And that's another aspect that just shows that time does not matter. Because how long would it take you to believe or feel as if you were already with your specific person if they were reaching out to you all the time? If you were married, like you had a ring on your finger, you had a diploma or a certificate saying that you were married, how long would it take you to believe it? And it would be instantaneous. You would not have to take time. You wouldn't have to be like, well, I'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll have to wait a couple days or a few weeks to get into the feeling. No, you would instantly feel it right here and right now. And this is kind of the difference as well, which is something you might have heard of before, but the difference between extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. Basically, we want the internal state of feeling as if we already have it. That's our goal. And that's what we call intrinsic motivation. Because when the internal state is the goal, so when you basically make your imagination your goal, you will feel so much better and you'll actually make a difference within. Because when you are doing something extrinsically, so basically when the external reality is motivating you more, we don't ever really make a difference, right? We feel as if we make a change, but we never make a permanent change. I'll give you an example. My favorite example when talking about this idea is the idea that if you have a vacation plan, so let's say in a week you were going to go on vacation to Hawaii or the Bahamas or Italy, any place you want, and let's say you wanted to get in shape for that. So you thought, I need to lose 10 pounds, I need to get a six pack, I need to whatever it is. That would technically be extrinsic motivation or motivated by our external reality. And that's usually what happens with manifesting a specific person. We're motivated by the things we're going to get outside of us, like receiving the text, receiving the call. But I want to ask you this very simple question, and it will showcase how extrinsic motivation never really actually makes a difference within. And so if we want to make lasting and long change with our specific person, we need intrinsic motivation. What's going to happen is, let's say you start working out, you start dieting because you want to get that six pack for your vacation. What happens after the vacation occurs? Are you still going to be working out? Are you still going to be dieting? Are you still going to be doing all that stuff? And most of us are going to say no, right? Because we were motivated specifically because of the vacation, we're going to instantly return to our previous habits as soon as the vacation comes. But this is the same thing when it comes to our specific person. If you're motivated by external events, so texts, calls, dates, and obviously those are okay to want. But if that's our only motivation and we totally forget about our internal state, as soon as your specific person texts you, calls you, or goes on a date with you, you're going to instantly revert back to that previous state. And this is actually why a lot of times people end up caught in cycles, like, because there's 100 different ways in which you can get caught in a cycle, because basically it's the very basis is we keep doing the same thing over and over again. And if you have found that you've manifested something really awesome, or your specific person comes in amazing, loving, desirable in the exact way you want, and then found almost immediately following, they completely cease to exist, they leave, they no longer act in the same way, or it basically feels like you're pushing your manifestation away, this can be the case, and that we are focused exclusively on external factors. And again, like I mentioned, that's perfectly fine. Obviously, everything we want technically is in our external reality. I know, well, technically we want love and abundance and positivity and commitment, which all of those actually are internal states. Like you can only ever feel those internally. But remember, your mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So if your goal is to feel loved, to feel happy, to feel abundant, to feel married to, committed to in a relationship, that can all happen right here and right now. And like I always want to point out, this is actually one of the most dominant questions when it comes to manifesting a specific person. They ask, one, either I don't know what it feels like to be in the end state, or two, how do I remain there? How do I stay in that state? And really, it's not something, again, grand or crazy. You're not going to feel like hyperactive, abundant, excited every single moment of the day. It's a state of being. It's like if you were to say, I am blank, if you were to say, I am loved, it would be that essence. By saying that and believing it, you have thus entered the wish fulfilled state. Or I am with my specific person, I am married to them, I am in a whatever it is, that is going to be the state of being that actually manifests in your reality. And just to prove again, because I made the title of this, Manifest Them in 7 Days, because I've had so many people, and again, you could do it faster than that, but I've had so many people manifest literally that fast or even quicker. Like, so I've been doing a monthly like coaching giveaway where we meet up in a group, and the last week, so we're meeting, we just met up, but the week prior, so just in 1 week, we manifested a bunch of crazy stuff. So again, people were in no contact, people were not talking with their specific person. There was every single circumstance you could ever imagine. We manifested calls as specific people were pursuing them. We manifested dates. We literally only set up or even were attempting to manifest kind of, because I create something called the intervals of success, where you stepwise to where you want to go. So in exactly 1 month, you're like, no matter what, you're with your specific person. But literally in a week, calls, dates, specific persons pursuing, all of that within literally 1 week. And I'd never talked to any of these individuals before this point. And like I mentioned, there was just as many worries, fears, circumstances as ever before. And we overcame all of them literally within a week. And obviously we're continuing, and I'll keep you updated on all the future kind of successes we do. But this is the same thing I talk about and do within my members. But if I can get one specific point across, it is that thing from the beginning. How long would it take you to think or believe you were with your specific person if you were physically seeing it outside of you? If your specific person was texting you, calling you, trying to meet up with you, how long would it take you to believe? And it wouldn't take any time at all. So think about that and then begin to connect it inside your mind, in your imagination, and you are going to see a massive change in everything happening in your reality. And the wish fulfilled state isn't going to seem like some crazy, miraculous feat. It's going to seem like something that is so easy, so effortless, and so automatic. I literally promise you, there's no circumstance that can ever come in between you and your manifestation. If you have the desire for them, remember, the circumstances are totally made up. They're within our mind. They're not something that is affecting us, right? It is us. It's always us with our internal state, and you can absolutely manifest it right here, right now. 7 days is actually too long for you because you're going to do it right now. As always, if you did have any questions on this, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Remember, you can also reach out to me on my website at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Also, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you absolutely love this video. And remember, I'm always manifesting for all of my members. So if you want to make your manifestation easy, effortless, literally put in no effort, but show up to my weekly meetings, click the link in the description, because I have been doing a manifestation of my own for 10,000 success stories in my members. So you need to be one of them. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I can't wait to see you in the next video tomorrow and in my weekly meetings.